Okay, let's get started.
Ghosts are real. That much I know.
Hey horror freaks, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. If this is the first time here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can get a notification every single time that I post a video, and I post every single week. Now, as you can see from the title, today's video is going to be my spoiler-free review of Nightmare. This film is coming today to Shudder, but because I saw it on an early screener, I am not allowed to say any spoilers until at least a couple days after the film has been released. So this is why I'm going to be doing the review spoiler free. Now, before I get into it, I know that this is not the video that many of you guys were expecting, since today, September 29, is also being released Saw 10. But in case that you didn't saw the video of this month's releases, I explained that by this date I was going to be on a family trip. That is where I am currently, meaning that I wasn't going to be able to watch the film in time to do the review. Meaning that my review will be coming, but you guys are gonna have to wait until October 13. I am very sorry. I was really looking forward to watch the film. It crushed my heart when I saw that they changed the release date, because I knew instantly that I was going to be able to watch the film when it got released. But the review will be coming, that's for sure, only 2 weeks later. But saying those disclaimers, let's get into the video. Now, Nightmare is a Norwegian production. This one follows a woman that is plagued by constant nightmares after moving into a large, suspiciously cheap apartment. The apartment's terrible secret soon reveals itself throughout her dreams. Because I cannot say any spoilers, the plot summary is going to be quite short. Essentially, we're going to be seeing Robbie and Mona. They are moving to, like the synopsis says, this cheap but large apartment. And it's because inside of these walls, a huge secret has been held for years. They are very optimistic, although they need to do some renovations to the apartment because they're about to start a new life together. But as soon as they move, Mona is going to start some dreams, and it's throughout her dreams that we are revealed what has been happening not only in the apartment but in the building. Now, getting very quickly, of course, into the review, the reality is that every single time that we see her dreams, it's kind of difficult to do a distinction between what is real and what is a dream. And I am not saying this as a negative aspect. I actually prefer when they do this, because this way it's easier to trick the audience, and if you're bringing a plot twist, it's going to be more shocking, instead of some films that I have seen before that you have the dream sequences that are so easy to recognize and make the difference between what is real and what is not. In the case of this one, it's a few details that as the movie progresses, you're going to realize which they are. But at the beginning, it's kind of hard to tell when is she dreaming and when is the reality, because she's going to experience sleeping paralysis, and it's an issue that is going to start as soon as they move in. She is mostly affected, but her boyfriend is also going to be affected by it, but on a different way. This is actually the second Norwegian horror film that I have ever seen. I at first thought that this was going to be the first one, but in reality is the second one, because the first one that I have ever seen was Leave. This one actually came out early this year, but I didn't like it. That's the reality, so that's why I never did it a proper review. But the actor is actually the same, is the same male protagonist, so that's how I recognize him. But this film reminds me to Rosemary Baby and A Nightmare on Elm Street. A Nightmare on Elm Street because of the sleeping disorder and the fact that we're having the dream sequences, and Rosemary Baby because of some details and the fact that it's psychological horror. We have a woman that is moving into a new apartment. She has to stay alone while her partner, in this case her boyfriend, is not in the house since he is working. And we have similar situations between these two. The only problem that came with the film is the fact that it's 1 hour and 40 something minutes, but it's a slow burn, but not in a good way, because sometimes slow burns, they tend to be interesting and they will build up and they're going to keep you interested into wanting to know what is going to happen. An example of that is Alien. Alien is a slow burn, but it's a very good one. But in the case of this one, we were already in the first 45 minutes because I checked and nothing significant has happened yet. There's no action. There's nothing that is really making me wanting to keep watching the film, but of course I had to keep going. And it also turns a little bit predictable. It became very easy for me to predict as to which direction was going to be taken the film until the third act. This is when things make a switch, and for the better, because this is honestly the best part of the film. This is the moment that we have Mona finally dealing not only with her sleeping disorder, but also what is causing it. It becomes very tense and also very emotional, and I honestly felt that it improved the film and it made me enjoy the film. The ending, I wasn't expecting it. For me, the third act, it wasn't predictable, and I truly enjoyed it, and I wish that the whole film was as the third act in terms of not being predictable. And also the emotions, I think that the acting was good for what it was. The reality is that they were both able to give very convincing performances. You can really feel that she is getting almost insane since she's not sleeping well. She's dealing with all the dreams, and then we have the boyfriend that he cannot sleep, he's worried. It's a very hard situation, and also feel how this is changing and hurting their relationship. The soundtrack was very good. That was probably one of the best parts of the film. The sound effects, they were creepy, they were adding into the scenes, so they were fitting and they were rightly used, so at least that was something very positive. But unfortunately, almost I would say an 80% of the film, it's predictable, is slow, and also becomes a little bit redundant, since there becomes a moment that we are seeing kind of the same things talk over and over, and it's like we can move on, we can see other stuff. So I would have made the film a little bit shorter, and definitely I would have changed some aspects of the story in order to not make it so predictable, and a little bit faster in terms of the pace, because like I said, for me, the third act and the ending is what saves this film. I didn't feel that I was wasting my time watching this film. But like I said, the film is not excellent by any means. If this is a recommendation, only if you enjoy this type of film. This is a psychological horror, it's a slow burn, but it's a foreign horror. If you want to get exposed to more international horror, this will be a good chance. Like I said, this one was my second Norwegian horror film. This one, I like it a little bit better compared to Leave, that is also available in Shudder. So that's why for me, this film will be 2.5 out of 5 and a 6 out of 10. It's not awful, it's not the worst thing ever, but it's not excellent either, and had potential to be good, but unfortunately they rely way too much into tropes and themes that we have seen before in this type of horror films. They could have been a little bit more original. But I think that this is all for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below if you saw this film, what do you thought about it? Did you like it? You didn't? Have you ever seen another Norwegian horror film that I should watch? Let me know down below. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.
Surreal. That much I know.